NBA players reacted to the decision on social media, including Ja Morant, who simply tweeted, quote, "league soft." So, Shannon, does Jokic's ejection prove the league is soft?
No, the league isn't soft, Skip. It just proves that the officiating is inconsistent. Skip, it's amazing. I'll be laughing at these guys talking about the league is soft. How many of you think the guys that's playing right now would really want to play in the 80s and 90s when anything went? Do you actually think y'all gonna be flying through there like y'all flow through there? Do y'all? I guess they didn't see the bad boy Pistons or how the Knicks or how the Heat played back in the day, Skip, or the old Celtics and the Lakers when they literally snatched the other guy out of the air while he's trying to lay the ball up and dunk it.
Yep.
So, but for me, Skip, the league isn't soft. It's just inconsistent. We don't have the level of consistency. And Skip, I pulled a tape because you and I, we talked about this, and you and I both were in agreement that we thought Draymond Green's play on LeBron should have been a flagrant. Take a look at this. Now, they called this a common foul.
Yep.
That was a common foul. They said it was a common foul.
The taboo is to the face or head.
Thank you. Anything to the neck, head, shoulder area is called it's a flagrant one. And if it's a wind-up, as they said, Jokic, that was a common foul.
Yep.
Jokic, I get it, Skip. He is the MVP. It is an elimination game. Now, I'm not so sure, Skip, had they not thrown him out, they would have won the game. But that's another issue for another topic. I don't think Skip, he barely grazed the guy. I get the wind up. So if I wind up and I hit the ball because I wound up, you gonna throw me out? No. Give him a flagrant one and we keep it moving. That's what should have happened in that situation. But the league isn't soft. I get it. The league, they tried to do away with that. Fans didn't want to see that rough play. Skip, it's always about scoring. You look at baseball, you look at, they try to say, you know what, we tired of all these strikeouts. And we tired of all these pitchers with these no-hitters, so we're going to do away with the foreign substance. The NFL, we tired of all this clutching and grabbing and teams not scoring, so we're going to do away with that. We're going to call it incidental contact. We're going to call it the defensive receiver. And scoring went through the yin-yang, and the fandom went through the yin-yang also. Basketball, what do we see? Now the scoring is up and everybody's loving the NBA all over again. So it's all about scoring. It's all about what the fans want to see, and they don't want to see all that clutching and grabbing and that rough play. But Skip, I don't believe they should have thrown Jokic out in this situation. Not the MVP, not for that, because we've seen worse plays get called common fouls or flagrant one. But to rise to the level of an ejection, I didn't think that play warranted that.
Anyone who thinks this league is soft should have watched the first game yesterday, the way the Bucks were allowed to play in a baseball.
Now, that's 80s, 90s basketball.
That was physicality. That was football basketball.
Ask Coddington how he caught an elbow to the eye that had to go downstairs and get it glued or stitched up and come back in the ball game.
Ask Kevin Durant how P.J. Tucker was allowed to defend him. It was football basketball. And I'm fine with that. As long as both teams play that way, if that's the way you're going to play, just let's all go. Let's do it this way. So I felt for Jokic last night because, number one, it was so out of character for him. He doesn't play physical basketball. He's not a football basketball player. He's not a cheap shot artist. There's no roughhouse to his game. He doesn't bang on the boards. That's the opposite of who he is. And he's a gentle soul. He's a gentle giant. He plays all finesse.
Look out when Book ran up on him. He didn't even do nothing. He didn't shove Book like, man, get out my face. You ain't got nothing to do. He was just like.
Because he knew he was wrong. But he was shocked that he was ejected. Because when you make this call, look, they are trying to protect the head. And it started with your sport because of all the CTE problems. So it trickles down to basketball, and they say, well, we don't want those lawsuits either. So we have to somehow legislate the headshots out of our game. So we have to make that a flagrant one bordering on a flagrant two if you actually wind up and follow through and connect with the head, face, neck area, And yet in this case, you have to govern the sport with some perspective, because you have to stand back from it and say, wait a second, does he have any track record here?
Thank you.
He has no track record.
None.
And is he the MVP of the... Yes. He was just blessed with the MVP award. He got it before the previous game on, what was it, Friday night in Denver. Well, we all know he's the MVP, so you have a closeout game, they're playing desperate, and you're going to eject him?
In his building.
In his building? That's just craziness. That's where you have over-officiated. You've gone over the edge into letter of the law.
Correct.
No. I thought it was a flagrant one, but not a flagrant two.
No.
And the shock of that, and everybody said it on both sides. Everybody was shocked. Like Michael Malone said, I did not think it was a non-basketball play with malicious intent.
Right.
Well, neither did I.
Right.
But it was frustration, and it started, if we could see what happened on the play before, that's it. He thought he is a little...
He thought he got fouled. He thought he got bodied by Ayton.
Right, and that was about the 5th time he thought he got fouled. So here he is, and he's just frustrated. They're down 8 at this point, 3:53 left in the third quarter, and he just says, okay, I've had enough of this. And as he said after the game, I wanted to change the rhythm of the game. I wanted to give us some energy, maybe change the whistle a little bit, so I wanted to make a hard foul.
Right.
Well, this is... The intent is just to get
the ball right.
It was an intentional type foul.
Yes,
but he's just going to slap at the ball.
Right.
And by the way, he did get hand on basketball, right?
Yes.
He raked his face.
Right.
He grazed his face. I don't think it felt great to Cameron Payne. I think he did hit him in the nose, but I don't think he intended to hit him in the nose.
No.
So Jokic is in shock because he's not one to wind up in an altercation, like a physical altercation.
And that was the thing, Skip. Even before, if you notice, Book is standing right there. Book walks up on him, and Jokic just like what?
He didn't know
like
what
this right here.
Yeah.
Anybody else, Book would have walked up on, they'd have shoved Book ass out their face. Man, get out my face.
Hey, he knows he's wrong because he's trying to, like, stand up for himself.
Right.
But Devin Booker is the baller on that team. So is Chris Paul. But obviously, when it comes to protecting teammates...
And I got no problem with Book then. I got no problem because that's my guy, yes.
I am so with you on that. He did not deserve a technical foul for that.
Right.
Now you're trying to legislate anything out, right? Like, to make sure you had it all off the pass, like it's going to go crazy, go over the edge.
But even when I saw it, Skip, I was like, damn, what the hell was that? Because I had never seen him do anything like that before. So I knew he was frustrated. He didn't get the call. And there were, like you mentioned, like you said, there were several times earlier he thought he had gotten contact from Ayton, or he had thought he had gotten fouled, and the refs didn't call it. So he's like, okay, y'all don't want to call a foul? Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a reason to blow your whistle. Since you won't blow it for me, you'll blow it for the other guy. So this is what I'm going to do.
And as Devin Booker said after the game, all I was saying is, what are you doing?
Right.
Because he said, I've been playing against him a long time, and he's not that guy.
Right.
So Book is saying, I'm just saying, what are you doing?
But Skip, if Booker knows he's not that guy, what about the officials that see him on a nightly basis? Don't they know he's not that guy?
Yeah. Come on. What's his track record?
Yes.
It's been, I think, 3 years since he was ejected from a game.
Right.
I don't even know how that happened. But the point was that when all was said and done, he's ejected, he trots back out on the court, and he quickly apologized to Cameron Payne and, rubbed him on the head a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Skip, if that was Dennis Rodman, if that was Bill Laimbeer, I'd like, Skip, you got to get him up out of here. Because you know Bill Laimbeer, that's his MO. Bill Laimbeer do that. He wouldn't even go for the ball. He literally try to slug somebody upside the head. Okay, I get that. But history, Skip, what's his history? What's his reputation? Is that him? No. We've seen nothing in his past that says, you know what? This guy's malicious. This guy's intentional. He does these kind of things with intent. No, none of that.
So, in the end, I don't think they were going to win this game anyway.
No.
And in the end, big picture, it boils down to they did not have Jamal Murray. It's as simple as that. So, did I think for sure they were going to get swept? I thought there was a shot they were going to get swept, but Phoenix last night just said, absolutely no, we need the rest. We want this worse than you do.
Skip, I watched this series closely, and I watched the last series. We got to be careful of evaluating guys on bad teams and thinking they're good. Because Aaron Gordon was awful.
He was awful.
There's no way around it. He was terrible. And people look at Orlando. Ooh, just imagine if he got with a good team. Well, he got with a damn good team, and he brought it down because he was a no-show all 4 games.
Okay. So what did we hear from our man Chris Haynes, reporting for TNT? We have him on the show occasionally. So going back a couple of games, he reported that after they got routed in game 1 by Phoenix, that the 2 guys who stood up and reamed out the team were Aaron Gordon and JaMychal Green. Okay, well, they're both new to the team. So wait a second, those are your 2 new leaders who just joined the team? Jokic doesn't stand up. He's not a verbal leader.
No, that's not him.
Maybe Jamal Murray would have,
right? But he's hurt.
He's hurt. And then he reported last night that JaVale McGee reamed him out after Game 3. Well, JaVale's decorated because he won his couple rings.
Got 2 in Golden State, 1 with the Lakers. Okay.